All right, so welcome back, everyone. This is what we have been waiting for. Finally, the 2x chance of epic and legendary champions for our summoning shards, specifically ancient shards only today. But hey, we're going to still open up all 15 of them. And then we also have targeted champion boost. And you're probably wondering, well, which champion are we talking about? So if we go here, we can scroll on down and guess who is our targeted champion boost. It's 10x chance from ancient shards. It is Knave of Hearts. Let's see if we can get lucky and get Knave on this one. Now, remember, if you guys want to actually obtain an amazing legendary today, yes, of course, right now, Alice the Wonder is still up for grabs. All you got to do is sign in 7 different days, and on the 7th day, you will obtain her for free. Boom, she is yours. Good to go, but this is a limited time thing, so get busy, get to it. But also, you know what? I'm giving away Teodor and goooooo for new users. So see that link in the description below, or scan that QR code on the screen, and you will obtain both of them and also a bunch of starter resources. But let's get back into the summoning ritual, shall we? So we're going to open up our ancient shards here, and let's see if we can get lucky. Let's begin. We're going to open them up one at a time and examine each champion as we go. So let's see. Come on, give me some purples. All right, we already got a blue, but I don't think I've ever obtained the Temptress. This is the first time seeing her. So we have Slice. So we have Slice. So we have Slice. Wow. So we have Slice. So we have Slice. So we have Slice. Wow, say that 3 times faster. Slice. Wow, that's woo. And this says attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. That's pretty good. Flying Daggers attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. By the way, what is she considered? Undead. Sweet. I told you guys I want to build up my undead faction, so I do not plan on getting rid of her or using her like as food or anything like that. But we have Vicious Partner, says place a 25% increase attack and a 15% increase crit rate buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay, grants an extra turn when Seducer is on the same team. Really? Okay, so that's a tag team type thing. And then, of course, you have the Ascended skill as well. But she sounds pretty cool. All right, so we will keep her. Next up, what do we got? Show me something good. Show me something good. Let's go. Yes. Okay, that's a good sign. Who is this? Crypt Witch, level 1, Night Revenant. I thought for sure she would be undead, but hey, we're building up our Night Revenant faction for those faction wars. But let's find out what she can do. Petite Still, I believe it is, attacks 1 enemy, deals 30% more damage if the target has any buffs. Nice, but we have additions here with Ascended skill. Deals 30% more damage. That's the same thing. But it says we'll ignore shield and block damage buffs. That is really good once you get into those higher level enemies. They're always buffing themselves and everything. But we also have Dismantle, attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defensive debuff for 2 turns. Each hit will also ignore 50% of the target defense. It's pretty good. Not so fast, level 1, attacks 1 enemy. Will ignore 50% of the target's defense if this champion has a high speed than the target. Okay, so you're going to want to tag team with speed champions on this one, especially the aura of the team leader needs to most likely be speed to boost her. However, wait a second. We have this. Her aura is actually says increases ally speed in faction crypts by 20%, but only for faction crypts. That is very, very cool. So she's definitely more of a speed character. Speed gear, speed. So, what do we got next? Let's go. Let's find out. All right, it's a blue, so it's a rare. But we got a Gladiator. Hell yes. By the way, I need to see Gladiator 2. I can't believe I missed that in theaters. But anyway, that's besides the point. But what do we got here? We have Cleaving Axe. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff. That's pretty damn good. All right. Has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff. That is nice. Attacks 2 times at random. Has a 80% chance of placing a stun debuff if the target's turn meter is above or equal to 75%. And then what is this one? Torture. Level 1. Attacks all enemies. That is probably the most boring move I've ever seen. Attacks all enemies, that's all it is, and then you do have these levels. I don't know, that seems really weak. But anyway, moving on, let's keep summoning. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we get Knave. Come on. Give me like a legendary. Okay, I have never unlocked her, I don't think. Holy crap. Demon Spawn. I know I have several Demon Spawn characters. She's got a tail and everything. Alright, so we got Disdainful Swipe. Attacks one enemy. Has a 25% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. It's only 25% though. However, let's see once we get into the leveling here. It doesn't... Okay, it does up the chance here, which is nice. Only at level 4. But anyway, Crush the Weak says attacks all enemies. Has a 35% chance of placing a 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns. But what do we have here? If we get into the Ascended skill, deals extra damage to enemies with the weaken buff. Nice. And we have Free Solid level 1, attacks one enemy. Has a 75% chance, and that's what I'm talking about, of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. So it's not like 25%. Good odds there. And if we put her as the leader, we get Aura. Increases ally defense in faction crypts by 15%. Not too shabby. Alright, pretty okay. Not the best. Let's see if we can do better. Let's go. Give me something good. I'm just wanting like the gold legendary color. Hey! Okay, Shadowkin. You guys know from my previous videos, love Shadowkin. I think we only have 1 Shadowkin before this. Now we have 2. So this is going to be great for Faction Wars. So we have, I don't know how to say his name. Itinerant, I believe. Soul Trap says attacks 1 enemies. Has a 30% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. The chance increases to 50% if this attack is critical. Pretty nifty right there. Now, Wonders Weirding, okay. Attacks all enemies. Has a 50% chance of placing a 15% decrease speed debuff for 2 turns. Also places a 15% increase speed buff on this champion for 2 turns if the attack is critical. Pretty good. Not like anything groundbreaking. He's such a cool character. I was kind of wishing that it would be more groundbreaking. But anyway, for Ascension level 3, attacks 1 enemy, destroys the enemy's max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted of this if this attack is critical. So he is an attack character, so that's cool. But man, he's badass looking. Okay, let's go find out what's next. Come on, purple or legendary. All right, we got another rare. Hurler. He's a lizardman. Alright, so we have Spin Throw, level 1, attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each has a 25% chance to ignore defense by 50%. The 50% is pretty nice. Attacks 1 enemy, removes 1 random buff from the target. Fills this champion's turn meter by 30%. So, several things going on there. That's nice. And then the Aura skill is increases ally attack in dungeons specifically by 21%. But once we get into Ascension level 3, we have attacks 1 enemy, puts the target skills on cooldown, which is always really nice. Alright, so let's go. Let's keep going, shall we? So, opening more. Come on. Damn you. Hey, we already have him, or a variation of him. Rotting Mage. So, Gilded Beam attacks 1 enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a freeze debuff. Place a 25% increased attack buff on all allies. I love that. I love that one. So he is a support. Always looking for increase in attack as we go. And then attacks 1 enemy, has a 75% chance of a stun debuff for 1 turn. And then for our speed, ally speed in faction crypts is increased by 13%. He's cool looking. I love the undead hordes. So yeah, another one in the arsenal. And let's go. Come on. Let's do this. All right, we got a blue. I have not gotten him before. Part of the Banner Lords defense. But what does he do? Thundering Impact has a 20% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. And he only attacks 1 enemy, so attacks all enemies. Places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 20% of their max HP. And then place a counterattack buff on a target ally for 2 turns. That's pretty nice. But we have Aura, which is unlocked at Ascension level 3. Increases all ally defense in faction crypts by 20%. pretty good. Nothing absolutely groundbreaking, so let's go. Let's move on. Cool design, though, I gotta say. I did like his design. Damn you, another blue. Valerie, okay, so what do we got? Let's see. Swing level 1 attacks 1 enemy. That is... that's quite disappointing. Okay. Energizing presence level 1. It decreases the duration of all debuffs on all allies by 1 turn. Place a 25% increase attack buff on allies for 2 turns. But what do we have added here? There's a debuff or something. It says increases the duration of all buffs on all allies for 1 turn. So I think that is the addition there. Okay, cool. Now, protect level 1. Place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. Love that. The value of the shield depends on this champion's level. Heals each ally according to the number of buffs they are currently under. Damn, that could be actually pretty powerful. And then we have Aura, increase ally HP and faction crypts by 22%. A lot of faction crypt oriented stuff here. Huh. And as a reminder, yes, you can get Alice the Wanderer for free. She's an amazing legendary attack champion. All you have to do is sign into the game as a new user, returning user, those 7 different days. And then on the 7th day, you will obtain her for free. So easy. She is a legendary. So that is a really good one. But also we have Teodor and goooooo, who I'm giving away for free. They can provide support to Alice the Wanderer, Sun Wukong, anyone really. But if you want to obtain Teodor and goooooo for free, follow that link in the description below or scan that QR code on the screen. And this is for new users, or you can create a whole new free-to-play account, whatever you want to do. And you'll get also a ton of starter resources as well, so check it out. Summon. Begin the summon ritual again. Give me something good. Okay, let's see. Okay, who is this? New tournament position as well. Sir Artemage. He's a banner lord. Very cool. Love his shield. Badass shield. So what are his skills? Nobleman's Mace attacks 1 enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 40% chance of placing a 60% decrease defense debuff for 2 turns. Okay. The second hit has a 40% chance of placing a 30% speed debuff for 2 turns. Can you imagine actually hitting both of those on one attack? That would be absolutely amazing. Not too bad right there. I like the debuff stuff. Now, for Ring True, it says removes all debuffs from this champion, then attacks all enemies. That's nice, especially in some of these boss battles where they have constant debuffs going off for your allies. So that'll get him back into the battle. Unshakable Valor attacks 1 enemy, ignores 30% of the target defense, and places a 50% increased attack buff and a 30% increased critical damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. If this attack kills an enemy, these buffs cannot be removed. Oh, damn. So like an enemy can't steal them or remove them altogether. He's actually legit. He provides that protection that you need in some of these boss battles as you get through them. All right. We have, for the Ascension level 3, increases ally speed in arena battles by 20%. That's nice, but I feel like I would still go with, I wanted to say Goku for some weird reason. Sun Wukong. I think I would still have him as the leader for arena battles. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? But he is pretty cool looking. Dude, I really like him. All right. Begin the summon ritual yet again. Let's go. All right, it's a blue. Damn, dude. Shadowkin again. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Defense. Liking the shield. I just love the look of the Shadowkin. He's like a samurai type character. Odashi. So we have Showy Slice. Attacks 1 enemy. Has a 20% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Okay. And then Great Sword level 1. Attacks all enemy. Place a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 20% of their max HP. So you're going to want to focus on bringing that HP up, considering that's what he's about. And he is also defensive, so it does make sense to get that HP gear on him. Now, Keeper level 1 places a block debuff on all allies for 1 turn, but as we go into the Ascended skill, also place a 30% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Love it that he is sharing the wealth there. But as a leader, he offers an increased ally defense in dungeons, specifically by 25%. That is pretty damn good right there. And yeah, he might be worth ascending. and ranking up. So cool looking, but he's going to be great for those faction wars. Moving on. Let's go. Give me a purple. Where's the legendary? You know what I mean? I know I already have her. Dune Strider. She's a barbarian. Desert Wind, of course. I think I've already reviewed this stuff. But, yeah, she is an attack character. I think she offers some... Does she offer hills? So, attacks all enemies, then attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% hill reduction debuff on the enemy with the lowest HP for 2 turns. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. So she's actually a pretty decent character, but we already have her. So yeah, moving on. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. We got another lizard man. Metal Shaper. Sweet. Actually pretty cool looking. I like how it looks like he has like a little bit of a mohawk. He is a rare support. What does he offer up? Transference Bolt. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. But we also have Fortified Steel. Place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to the champion level. Heals the ally with the lowest HP by 20% of this champion's max HP. Also places a 25% increased debuff on that ally for 2 turns. So very protective of his allies. Then we put him as the leader. He gets his faction crit bonus by 15% for defense for all allies. Not too shabby. So yeah, very cool. Begin the summoning. Let's go. Give me purple, give me legendary. Nope, it's going to be rare. Hey, he's missing half a skull here. Look at that, dude. You can tell he's been through something. But we don't have him, so this adds to our undead horde. So Wretch says this. He's an attack, rare. Crypt Touch level 1, attacks one enemy 2 times. Has a 20% chance of placing a 50% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Life Leech attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. So he has a little bit of staying power as well. Gravefire says attacks one enemy, places an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. And then finally, at Ascension level 3, it says force ally attack in all battles by 30%. So increases that in all battles. I do love that. I really do. So he is actually pretty legit. I gotta say, hell yes. Even for a rare, you know, pretty good stuff right there. Surprising kind of for a rare, some of his stuff here. But he doesn't have anything, from what I'm seeing, that attacks all enemies. That is the only downside to him. Okay, we only have 1 ancient shard remaining. Let's do this. Will we get lucky on the 15th pool? Let's find out. Let's go. Legendary. Damn it. I can hope now. I don't know who she is. Preserver. Banner Lord. Okay. She has like a ball and chain here. Okay. Defense. So it says Exhausting Assault. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Has a 15% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Nice. Always decreasing their speed is a good thing. All right. Recuperate says place a 7.5% continuous heal buff and a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to the champion's max HP. Okay. And then we also have attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. So again, another champion where it's just 1 attack at a time. More defensive, maybe really good for drawing aggro, that sort of thing. But yeah, Ascension level 3, increase ally HP in battles by 15%. That's all battles. So that's pretty good, but I would say somewhat overwhelming for sure. So yeah. Hey, I don't know. Maybe she'll become food. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, there it is. We did get some cool epics from that one. We're definitely building up our repertoire of, I guess you would say, Shadowkin. Let me find out real quick. How many Shadowkin we now have? Shadowkin, where are you again? We have 3 now. So that's a start. That is something, you know. But we have some work to do. Yeah, we definitely have some work to do. We do have the uncommon dude here. I don't even know when I obtained him, actually. But, yeah. This guy's badass looking. But it would be nice to get into the more epics and legendaries, because there are just some very cool looking characters here, dude. But anyway, mentioning cool characters, I am giving away 2 epic support champions today. And he looks pretty damn cool, Teodor. And yes, goooooo for free for new users, or you can create a new free-to-play account, whatever you want to do. But if you want to obtain these 2 free epic support champions, all you have to do is follow the link in the description below. Download the game for free. Download Raid for free. And yeah, or scan that QR code on the screen. And guess what? You'll obtain them for free. And a ton of starter resources to give you a head start in Raid Shadow Legends. But you got to remember, for a limited time right now, you're going to obtain Alice the Wanderer for free. It's so easy. Just sign in to the game 7 different days. I don't even think you have to be a new user. But yeah, sign in 7 different days. And on that 7th day, guess what? You'll obtain her for free. You can even go for her perfect soul on day 14. But yeah, check her out. I have upgraded her quite a bit so far. Ascension level 3. Got that special ascension skill right here, TikTok, which is really, really useful. But highly, highly recommend you guys checking her out, because she is just amazing. Just basically well-rounded legendary, attack legendary for sure. This by far is one of my favorite moves here. Has a 75% chance of increasing cooldowns on all enemy skills by 2 turns, and a 75% chance of decreasing each target's turn meter by 15%. And it keeps going by saying if at least one of a target skill has its cooldown increased to the max, decreases their turn meter by 30% instead. So, all around, amazing character. And guess what? I need to level her up. I need to level her skills up. In particular, I don't think I have the books or the tomes. Damn it. So yeah, I'll look out for that. But yeah, we have some work to do on our current team. Really focused on these 4 right here. Well, actually, honestly, my team is kind of like, what is it, 6 characters? Because I can kind of shift them out, you know, depending on the mode, I've noticed. But it's worked out pretty good. It's worked out pretty damn good. The only thing I have to admit is I need to optimize the gear. So that's what I'm going to look out for next. Like the next big step. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more. Of course, Raid Shadow Legends. My adventure will continue. Let's see how far we can take this. But been a wild ride so far. Join me. Smack that subscribe button. Smack that like button if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you all next time. Take care.